We are moving faster than ever. Every day is a blur of tight schedules, endless notifications, and the relentless grind to build a life in the middle of this concrete maze. It is so easy to get completely swept up in the colors and noise of it all. And when you move at that speed, a subtle cognitive trap takes hold. You start to believe that this physical reality is permanent. Because society has given us a very specific scorecard. We are taught to measure our worth strictly by what we can accumulate, the square footage of our property, the weight of our job titles, and commas in our bank accounts. But there is a massive logical flaw in applying an infinite growth mindset to a strictly finite human timeline. The reality is, we aren't residents here. Earth isn't a permanent settlement. We are just travelers passing through a temporary transit lounge. Imagine walking into an airport terminal and seeing someone bolting down a solid oak dining table and wiring up a crystal chandelier right next to gate B4. It's completely absurd. Yet this is exactly how we live. By pouring all our time and energy into acquiring heavy, permanent decorations for our current waiting area, we completely block out the sound of our own boarding call. We commit a staggering miscalculation, locking up a lifetime of effort into assets that expire the second our flight takes off. To see the math behind this error, we have to look at the strict boundaries of a human life. It begins with an undeniable data point. At the exact moment of birth, you arrive empty-handed. Your physical net worth is absolute zero. And the timeline ends with a perfectly mirroring boundary condition. At the moment of departure, every title, property, and dollar is stripped away, returning you to exactly zero. You leave empty-handed. This chart tracks lifetime human wealth. The line spikes as we stack resources, then drops vertically to the baseline. Whether the peak reaches millions or billions, the final output is mathematically zero. Yet modern financial strategy obsesses over maximizing this peak, ignoring the certainty of the final crash. If the final balance of a specific metric universally resets to zero, optimizing for that metric cannot possibly be the real objective of the journey. Think about the individual actually making this trip, a traveler, a musafir, navigating a strictly one-way route. In travel, excess baggage is a severe liability. Every extra pound of physical wealth you hoard must be heavily managed, constantly kept insured, and physically dragged along. It actively makes the day-to-day journey heavier and far more stressful. And all that dragging is for nothing. Trying to haul physical matter across a spiritual threshold is impossible. It slips right through your grip. Imagine the shock of standing at customs for the next leg of your trip, only to realize the specific currency you just spent 60 years collecting holds no value there. The emotional toll of that realization is devastating. It is the sudden, irreversible regret of pouring your most valuable resource, your finite time, into a dead-end pursuit. To prepare for departure, you must look for a value existing independent of matter, a type of currency that persists even after the physical body is left behind. When the physical math of our life inevitably resets to zero, the only logic that remains is to prioritize what we carry within us, rather than what we gather around us. If the journey is temporary and the destination is fixed, then the most rational objective is to align ourselves with the one who designed the route. Real success becomes the approval and pleasure of the Creator, the Rabb, who awaits us at the end of the timeline. This shift changes what we value. We begin to focus on spiritual connection, moral integrity, and the weight of our character. These are the only assets that maintain their value when the physical world falls away. When you prioritize the Creator's pleasure, your entire strategy naturally shifts. You stop frantically hoarding resources for yourself, and you start using what you have to ease the journey of the travelers around you. Look at where you are spending your energy today. Since the lounge is temporary, redirect your effort. Stop building for a place you are guaranteed to leave, and start investing in the one you are destined to keep.